What's going on, guys? So today we're taking a look at these. These are the SoundPEATS open ear clip-on earbuds PearlClip Pro. It's a long name, I had to read it. So let's go take a look at it right now. Alright guys, so these SoundPEATS PearlClip Pros were sent to me over by SoundPEATS, but even so, we had no prior agreement whether I should do a positive or negative review. It's my own thoughts on this product. And these are another set of open ear type earbuds. Shocks, they were very popular for making jawbone, bone conduction kind of earbuds, or whatever you would call those when you just stick them right there. Like basically bone conduction technology. And since then, even they have moved to open air conduction. And this is what this is. So this is open air conduction, not bone conduction. And these are right here. So this is it. But first off, let's take a look at these right here. But these are different than any other ones. Like the wraparound head ones, these actually just clip on to your ears, kind of like pearl earrings. And I'll show you that in a little bit. But first off, let's take a look at the case. So this is the case right here. And you can tell it also has that nice little pearly sheen right there. So this is the case. So it's a little bit big, but I feel like it's just the right amount of size that's not too big in the pocket, where some other people have made really big ones. Over in the back over here, you got the USB-C charging point, which is good because I like USB-C. Over here is going to be your connection. So this is how you connect this to your Bluetooth. If you hold that down, it's going to blink a few times. And then you have the top part of the case. And these are the SoundPEATS Pearls. So let's take a look at one of them. And this is it right here. So looks like kind of like a little bit of a, horseshoe type of design. You got the nice pearly outside of it on both sides over there. This is like the black colorway, kind of black silverish colorway. And you have on one side, and this is something that I always find trouble, is finding which side is the speaker. So this is a speaker system right here. You have the speakers on this side, and then you have the charging point on this side. And then the way that you put it on is by making sure that that speaker is in the right area, is by clipping it onto your ear. So it just kind of latches around your ear like that. And once it's on, it's pretty comfortable. They kind of look kind of like jewelry, so I'm not sure about that look, but at the end of the day, who cares, as long as they sound good. But that's basically how you put them on, and you just put them on both of them like that. So this is how it would look like. So basically, you want to put them on, and what I like to do is put it a little bit down so that that speaker is going right into my eardrum. So if you see, it's a little bit down as opposed to parallel. And also, if you do put these on the wrong side, because this is the right side, so you put them on the other side or whatever, they're the same earbuds. But no matter which way you put it, it's going to adjust to the orientation that you put it on here. So if you put the left earbud on the right side or the right earbud on the left side, it's going to adjust to it, so you don't have to worry about the orientation that you put them in the case. So there you go. There's the case. So how do you use these? You basically just pair them, and they're easily paired. You just look for SoundPEATS PearlClip Pro, click on that, and then you are good to go to listen to your earbuds. And they do also have an app. So if you look at the app, you're welcome to this screen over here. You got the PearlClip Pros over there, the same colorway that I have. You can see the battery level on both of them. You could disable all touch controls. I like to do that because for me, touch controls aren't my favorite on headphones, because you'll end up pressing it and then you'll either like call someone or activate Siri or fast forward the song or lower the volume or one or the other. So I just rather just control it on my phone rather than the touch controls. But they do have touch controls. You can customize it. For me, there you go. So single clip on the left to raise the volume if you want to. You lower it or raise it. So that's actually on the other ear. So I'm switching modes. But anyway, basically you would just clip click on these things either end on the front little metal part, and that's going to mess with everything. Again, I do not like the touch pods, whatever, because it just doesn't work as well. Because right now, I just activated a song, I switched to the game mode, I did something else. So, does it work well? I'm sure it does if you really, really want to get into the touch controls. But for me, I'm not a big fan of the touch controls. Other than that, it does have that. So you can also find them. So if you actually lose your AirPods, you can actually find them too, which is pretty cool. So what you do, if you do lose them, say it does fall off the ear, and they're pretty secure, you just put it down, press find your earbuds, and then put them, and it'll show you a map of where they are, which is cool. And then once you do find them, say they're in the grass, you just press the right ear ringing, and then, man, for some reason it's the wrong ear, but you're gonna hear that. So if you hear that, that's pretty good because I've lost some earbuds before and I spent a long, long time looking for them. I could not find them. I wish it had something like that where it rang, and these have the ringing on there that you can actually hear the earbuds if you do lose them in like grass or whatever. So that's cool. It also has equalizer. So if you see over here, you got the equalizer over here. You can change whatever you want. You have adaptive EQ, so basically it does like a little hearing test for you, where it'll do a small little beep, and then once you can first hear it, you click on it, and then it's going to set the settings to whatever your adaptive hearing is going to be. Your adaptive EQ that's set for you. And then you also have all these modes. You have the SoundPEATS Classic, Treble Enhancement, Bass Boost, Bass Reduction, Rock and Roll, or you can also customize it to your level right here. So if you look at mine right there, I do tend to like a lot of bass, a lot of treble, and yeah. So speaking of that, how do these sound? I'm gonna play some music and I'll tell you how they sound for me right now. So it's pretty loud, and it really depends on where you put
your usual stuff now. Gonna
So it really depends on where you put the speaker, so you have to get that right for your hearing. You have to direct it for your preference. Like for me, maybe up is better. And I'm gonna tell you what, these things have pretty good bass. I'm actually gonna pause that. Like the bass on here is really good, especially for something that's not in your ear, or like it's not like enclosed in your ear where there's a suction like those in-ear earbuds or those over-the-ear earbuds. The bass on here, it's got some bass. It's not like killing your eardrum bass either. I feel like that's a good point too, that these are loud, but they're not like in your eardrum where it's gonna really cause some long-term damage in the long run. But for me, I love the sound out of these. I feel like these are probably one of the best sounding earbuds of this type that I've used. I've used a few other ones, and these are really, really impressive. So that's the sound quality, really good for headphones. Not going to be as bassy as other in-ear earbuds or over-the-ear earbuds, but they do have some bass, so that's good for me. And I like bass. Let's hear how they sound on a phone call. Testing, testing. These are the SoundPEATS PearlClip Pros. These are the SoundPEATS PearlClip Pros. Testing, testing. These are the SoundPEATS PearlClip Pros with some fan noise. These are the PearlClip SoundPEATS Pro with some wind. These are the SoundPEATS with some background noise. These are the SoundPEATS with some background noise and also some wind noise and wind as well. Yeah, so for me, I feel like it sounded pretty good when it was the mix of the music and the wind. It got a little iffy, but I feel like any earbud is going to have problems in that situation where it's both windy and there's going to be outside noise whenever you're on a phone call. So for me, I felt like it was perfectly adequate for that. So how long do these last? These will last you about 24 hours. They last 6 hours alone, but if you put them back in their charging case, it's gonna give you another 18 hours. And then there's also quick charge. So if you put them in the case for 10 minutes, you get 2 hours of playtime in your headphones. And that's really solid as well. All right, so how much do these bad boys cost? They'll cost you about $49.99 on Amazon right now. There's also a 15% off discount on there that you could use automatically, and it's gonna bring the price down to about 46 bucks. So Man, I'm telling you what, if you are looking for a pair of earbuds, you're not going to do any better than this, especially for someone who's like a runner like me who likes to be safe. And that's one of the best parts about earbuds of this type is that you can hear your surroundings and listen to music at the same time. So if you're outside running, you can hear that car behind you, you can hear the cyclist behind you, you can hear your kids out if you're like, in your house and just want to hear your kids around you and listen to music at the same time. And that's the best part of it. So for safety, these are really good and they sound good. And the price point, man, you cannot be beat. So who are these for? These are for your runner. These are for your cyclist. And they're comfortable too. Like if you see I'm wearing glasses on, and man, these are comfortable. They're not gonna be noticeable on you after a few hours. These just hang on your ears. They're not too tight. They're not too loose. They're just right. Like I'm not losing them anyhow, anyway, if I'm shaking my head or doing crazy jump ropes or whatever. So yeah, it's for your sports enthusiast or somebody who just wants to hear your surroundings while you are listening to your music. And what are my pros and cons? Let's go with my cons first. I think my cons probably for me is I'm not a big fan of the look. It kind of looks a little bit like earrings, and I don't know if I like that look, but that's just a me thing. Another thing for me is the touch controls. I hate touch controls, especially if it gets wet. Like if you're running and some water gets on them, I can see that messing it with it a lot because I've experienced that with other touch earbuds. When you get a little moisture on them, it just screws up the whole system and your music will be going fast forward, backwards, serially talking to you, all that, and they're just rendered useless in super wet conditions. And then as for my positives, I like the 24-hour battery life. I like the 6 hours battery life. That's pretty long. I like the sound quality the best. The app is good. And the price is right for anybody to just buy. And you're not gonna be disappointed if you guys get a pair of these. Use them for your runs, use them for your cycling, use them anytime you want to. So that's gonna be it for the review of these SoundPEATS PearlClip Pros. Go check them out on Amazon. That is an affiliate link. I will get a little something back, but it won't cost you any more to use. It'll help support the channel so I can make more reviews just like this one. So if you guys enjoyed this review, please give me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.